Hello respected viewers, so here I am outside St Andrew's Anglican Church in Moscow. You can see it's a neo-Gothic style. There's been Anglican worship here since 1553, not on this site but in Moscow, when Ivan the Terrible gave permission. There is the vicar's house, the vicarage, and anyway, this building here dates from 1885 when the Anglican community were granted this land by the Russian government. But you can see across to St George. This church is called St Andrew's Church. There's the cross of St Andrew, so it was to serve the Church of Scotland, I suppose, as well, but it's an Anglican clergyman. And I will show you, I could swear I saw an Irish symbol here last time, not a tricolour, because it dates from before then, but a cross of St Patrick, you know, saltire. So I was just there for a carol service, 9 lessons and a carol, as is done at King's College, Cambridge. So more about the history of the church. It's got fabulous acoustics, by the way. In 1918, the British Army was here in Russia helping the whites in the Civil War. So the Bolshevik government said, well, you've declared war on us, so all alien property is going to be confiscated. And so the church building was seized, and there was a strong box in there with many of the valuables of the British community. And these were forfeit to the new communist government. And that was that. And the building was used as a recording studio because of the fabulous acoustics that I mentioned. Anyway, then communism fell, and it was used for religious purposes again. And all religious buildings are the property of the state in Russia. However, the religious communities are allowed to use them. But then Her Britannic Majesty was going to visit in 1994. And the Anglican community here was able to use this to their advantage, telling President Yeltsin, well, we're going to have to tell Her Majesty when she visits the church that the Church of England does not own this, nor indeed the Church of Scotland, because of course she's Supreme Governor of the Church of England. Anyway, and so they persuaded Putin to give it back. So now it belongs to the Church of England again, and there's a full-time clergyman. What else can I say? So some schools use it for their carol services. Then obviously the Anglicans worship here, and there's a general Protestant one at 3 in the afternoon on Sundays. Well, so that is that, and they have very good relations with the Orthodox Church. There are a couple of Orthodox icons up there as well, you know, which is a nod to the fact that we are in Russia. And you can see the Union flag. Well, maybe you can't make it out from here, by the door of the church. I thought that was slightly not on, because it's not really to do with the United Kingdom as such. It's England, if you see the distinction, and it's not really national identity. It's for anyone who happens to be an Anglican. I'm not an Anglican and I was in there. But they emphasise they're not here to evangelise to Orthodox Christians. They're not trying to poach. That's why they managed to have very cordial relations with the Orthodox Church, and they use this building for other purposes. Oh, you know, other bits of their property are used for charity. That's all for the moment. I'll switch it off now.